86th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select.
That's So Dolphins Talk with John Baker and Trigga Trey Proctor.
We check your pulse if you're not fired up.
Dude, are we good?
Dude, we're the best team in the league.
If you don't have eye black at home, you better go get some eye black.
Oh my god, we're back.
Hello and welcome into another edition of That's So Dolphins Talk. Got myself, Johnny Bake Show, and the co-pilot, Trigga Trey Proctor. Another Fins dub. Fins are 9-3 on the season with the winner of the Commanders yesterday, 45-15. It was scoregami. Second time.
Scoregami. That's got to be good juju. 2 scoregamis in one season.
That has to be good juju.
Is that scoregami alone? They're the only team to ever have 2 scoregamis in one season? No, because I feel like the first season everyone had scoregami because it was the first scores recorded. Doesn't make any sense.
We're off to a hot start already. Before we get into the show, make sure you hit up the socials at _Podski, and you hit up Sad Fins Fan on Twitter and or X, whichever you prefer. And
dude, I love that instead of changing the handle on the YouTube, you just put a red line through the un.
I wouldn't change it. I just left it as is. Make sure you're watching us on YouTube. If you are not watching us on YouTube, there is video on YouTube at the Podskis YouTube channel. If you are listening on audio, please continue to do so. And if you can't catch us on YouTube, we are on podcasting platforms, wherever you get your podcasts. But yeah, huge week 13. Fins are 9-3 for the first time since 2001. I was 9 years old.
I was in first grade.
And I saw like this weird thing. I saw what Reason said last night, like right after the game. He said about how historically we've only ever made it to the divisional round after starting 9-3. And so he just had to shit right all over that. But the vibes
don't even. Yeah, the vibes are. Nothing about this team is historic. Okay, and other than I should rephrase that. Nothing about this team has any bad history attached to it. This is a whole new Dolphins. Okay, so we are literally. It feels like the team of destiny. Like it feels like we are set. Nothing saves the NFL in a concussion lawsuit like Tua having his brains blowed out on the football field and then coming back and winning a Super Bowl. Okay, we are the team of destiny. You know what they want? They want Will Smith to come on here and say, tell the truth. And Roger Goodell will look back and say, we did. Okay, that's what's going to happen when Tua wins this title. You heard it here first.
I'm starting to, after yesterday's performance of that absolute ass whooping.
Dude, of another NFL group of grown men.
Yeah. That whole narrative about how they have not be good, they can only beat bad teams, is still the NFL. Everyone's beating bad teams every single week. So
yeah, or lost to them. That's stupid.
Yeah. So I feel really good. We're going to jump right in here to the takeaways. The biggest takeaway is that was the most complete half of football, most complete 3 quarters that I've ever seen this team play. And it would, I guess I could probably say the entire game, but I don't want to say the entire game because, I mean, we put the backups in and everything. So, but until the backups were in, that was the most complete game that we've seen from this Dolphins team. Tua looked like he was fully on yesterday. That was a different looking Tua yesterday.
Oh yeah, dude. Climbing pockets, slanging sidearm,
he can do
dropping dime. He looked good. He looked really, really good. He's got a lot of his swag back, man. This is great. The line's protecting him. He's back to being comfortable again, I think. The line played. Yeah, we'll talk more about the line, but they played great, which I think in turn gives Tua the ability to be more confident in the pocket, and he feels more comfortable climbing the pocket instead of trying to escape it. And he just made a lot of big time plays yesterday, a lot of big time throws. Like I literally am excited to watch him play every single Sunday, which is we haven't been able to say that ever. I don't think. I mean, I was not excited for Fiedler or Pennington, to be honest with you. Honestly, this is the most excited I've been since Jay Cutler. I used to love watching Jay Cutler get on a football field and slang the Tatey around, man.
We were big Jay Cutler guys.
Yeah, which I mean, I don't know if that speaks to our football knowledge or not, but Jay Cutler, I thought was yeah, it was fun to watch him play football, man. Same with Fitzpatrick. It was fun to watch him play. I don't think they were gonna ever take us to the Super Bowl, but golly, did I like watching him sling it.
It did make Sundays fun whenever they were out there. Like Cutler just out there just whipping it around the field. That team was fun. Aside
And then just smoking cigs at halftime.
oh my gosh, that'd be incredible if he was on Hard Knocks.
Oh yeah, it would have been.
That would have been. What was your takeaways from the game?
First off, Devon Achan is so important to this football team. Like outside of just his ability to run the football, just what he does to defenses in terms of mismatches and causing the game plan through the week. And like, holy shit, what a steal of a draft pick. Chris Greer deserves his flowers from all of this, dude. This is literally all. Think about it. Greer's been around for a hot minute. I think sometimes people forget how long he's been around. This is all what he built. This is his team.
I have a stat here. Thank you for bringing that up. 5 out of the 8 seasons that Chris Greer has been GM of the Miami Dolphins have been winning seasons.
Yeah.
That's pretty good record for a GM. Now, I mean, like there's been what, 3 head coaching changes in there, but
yep.
It doesn't seem like there's going to be one in the imminent future. So he finally found his guy. And I honestly think they probably would have found the guy originally. I mean, I feels like Mike was going to be the guy all along because they even interviewed Mike back whenever they did Flores. So feels like Greer has been targeting McDaniel for a long time.
Yeah, I think everyone was just trying to jump on the Shanahan tree as quickly as possible with McVay's success and obviously Kyle's success, and the list goes on of everyone that's been successful from that tree. And dude, it's fun now. I think it's just because we're so engaged in what's going on offensively this year. It's so fun to watch, like, for instance, the 49ers play the Eagles last night and see a bunch of stuff that the Dolphins have done that the 49ers are picking up on, like that jet motion. And I saw some other stuff that the 49ers did that I'm like, man, I hope Mike kind of takes that. Like, it's fun to see what these two guys are doing offensively. And I mean, that feels like our Super Bowl matchup, in my opinion. Like, I think it tells its own story, but I think, but back to my takeaways, which led into Devon, but what Mike has done play calling wise this week needs to be his recipe every single week. Like, we were balanced. We ran the ball when we needed to. We passed the ball when we needed to. We weren't putting Tua in a bunch of like go be a hero positions. Like, we were, matriculating the ball on top of having the shot plays when they were there. He was definitely in his bag Sunday.
Oh yeah, 100% agree. That was the most balanced that I think of a play calling that we've ever had, and it didn't feel like it was forced. It felt natural. It felt organic, and then like the big plays came. So yeah, and I guess the other takeaway that I had before we get into the good, the bad, and the ugly is just like it feels so weird that we're in week 13 and we're not, I mean, we're recording this on Monday night. So this is before the Monday night game, but we're sitting atop the AFC East or at top of the conference. And we're not talking about getting to the playoffs. We're not talking about being in the hunt, which is the worst graphic to be in, but it's the most to be in. When you see that graphic, you feel the juices get flowing. You feel like you're in it.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about trying to get home field. We're talking about trying to get the 1 seed. Like, we've never talked about that ever. We've only dreamed about this. Like, this is the team we've dreamed about, and it doesn't. I'm just enjoying it. Like, this is the most fun a season has ever been.
Oh, 100%, dude. It is so fun to know at any given time like we could have an absolute dagger of a play from Tua, Tyreek, Jalen Waddle, Mostert, Achane. Like defensively, Jalen Ramsey, X is back to being like X all of a sudden. It seems like that play he made against it was a fade ball that he closed on. I forget who the receiver was. It might have been McLaurin, actually. He closed on that fade ball and broke it up. It was like vintage X.
Mhm.
You know, David Long, as advertised, dude, sneaky. That's going to be like an underrated like free agent signing
Mhm.
that I think still people are going to forget about. Obviously, Jerome going down. Sounds like it's not as bad as it looked. But we're working out Reuben Foster, which I wanted them to draft Reuben Foster. So that's what maybe he's. And he was in the AFL last year, right? And
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I thought he won AFL Defensive Player of the Year.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I mean, it seems like he's still got some football left in him. The news about Shaq Leonard sucks, but you got to think that. I mean, look, I no longer have doubts that Greer and company are kicking the tires on these people. Like in the past, it'd be like there's a big free agent, and like I didn't even get my hopes up because I'm like, there's no way we're even going to call.
Right.
With Greer and McDaniel and Ross's track record at this point with trades and free agent signings, you know they're kicking the tires on everyone possible to make this football team better. So I like to think that it was a scheme fit that maybe Vic just said, look, dude, he's a hell of a player, but I don't know how to fit him in this defense. I don't know. I also would like to think that maybe Shaq either, just wanted more money.
It kind of sounded like he only wanted two teams. He either wanted Dallas or he wanted Philadelphia. So,
yeah,
which is fine. I think for us, if we're looking at the free agent market that is right now, I think that I feel like we should be targeting Zach Ertz. And because he has something, watching that 49ers team yesterday in that offense, that is something that this offense is like, that's like a huge piece that they're missing. They don't have that threat of a tight end that can get vertical or just a big bodied, like he's the big body person that like we kind of thought Claypool would be. Not even that we really ever had any big expectations for Claypool, but he's been in and out of the lineup, been hurt most of the time. So I would rather them sign somebody like Ertz.
Yeah. Yeah, he would be fun on this team, dude, for 100%.
But back
Also, what?
But back to the defense.
But back to the defense, man. That defense looks special now. Buddy. Holy shit, dude! Am I eating crow? Are we eating crow on old Fangs? Because we were hard. I was Ubering him. He was on the Uber. I take it all back.
You take it all back. He can get stuck in the Uber now. Yeah,
100%. He's driving the Uber. He's the one that's taking people to the train station. Okay, that is my kind of Vic.
Mm-hmm.
So his defense is balling. It's a weird feeling, man. It's like I have confidence the defense can win us a game, and I have confidence that this offense can play with literally anybody, which is obvious.
Yeah.
But like going into these games, it's like, man, I mean, the 49ers suck to match up with, but hey, we'll see them in the Super Bowl. And at that point, we have 2 weeks to figure it out. Other than that, AFC wise, there's no one on the AFC at this point that I'm like, I don't want to see them in the playoffs.
If we see them at home, I think that everything's favorable. Anything's on the table.
Yeah.
But yeah, the loved our takeaways for the week. I do have some other stats too that we can get to, but the good and the bad and the ugly. You talked about the defense, and my good from this week is gotta be the defense and the fact that they didn't have Holland, lost Baker mid-game. Duke Riley stepped in. I'm actually I'm really excited for Duke because Duke is a more athletic middle linebacker. Now he's not like a thumper. He's more of a coverage guy, but that's where Baker really struggles. He struggles like hell in the pass game. And pair him with somebody like David Long who can take over. He's already the thumper. So like I feel like that's a good yin and yang for the defense. And it's not like Duke Riley's ever played poor. I mean, I really killed the shit out of him on the show last year. I said, anytime Duke Riley's on the field, you can guarantee it's a first down or 6. But I did.
He's a different guy now, though. New
He's a
defense.
different guy.
Vic's putting him in positions. Vic's putting him in positions that the previous, defense coordinator was not. Here's the thing with Duke.
The
He
dude.
graded like the Duke. The Duke graded at 91.1 PFF.
Yeah.
Same one about Pro Football Focus, but he graded high. He made splash plays when he was in there. The defense didn't really seem to skip a beat when he was in there. I gotta wonder if the Duke and Baker, if the competition for starter literally came down to, okay, well, we're paying Baker this amount of money and we need to get the most out of him at the end of the day. Because if Duke plays like he did when he was in, and that's the consistency,
Yeah.
I mean, I love Baker to death, but that's not going to be like oh shit, our season's over. It's the same thing I said with Jalen Phillips, dude. Now, I still think Jalen Phillips is more valuable than Jerome Baker, but in saying that, if the guys behind him, like when he went down, when Jalen Phillips went down, everyone was saying how this was a disastrous. I said something to someone on Twitter about how someone said season's over basically about Jalen Phillips. I said, hold on. He's great. He's a hell of a player. Do I want him on the field every week? Absolutely. But that's at a position where with Van Ginkel and Ogba and whatever we're able to do with the exotics to get into to create pressure, like we did not miss Jalen Phillips yesterday. Again, I'm saying he's a hell of a football player. I'd love to have him, but we looked good without him.
Yeah, I feel like the defense, and I think that's the advantage. So like that's the clear advantage from this year from last year, is that last year, if somebody went down, you can't replace somebody that plays in a press man system. This system is literally plug and play. If you have the players, they can learn how to play because you're not asking them to do anything they already haven't done like in their life. So
yeah,
it's, keep it in front of you, go to the ball. And just literally, I think that this is just this is exactly why you bring somebody like Fangio in. Somebody goes down, you plug in the next person and you keep it moving. So the defense and the way that they came to play, I thought is a huge good.
Yeah. That they're on my good offensive line again. Shout out. Listen, Liam Eichenberg's been on my shit list his whole life, but it's another week that he had a relatively good game. Yeah. Even the one play that caused Tua to get pressure, Tua stepped away from. But I think in the past, that would have been a holding call for Eichenberg, or it would have been, he wouldn't have at least deterred the guy. So he's looked dramatically better. Austin Jackson literally might be the best tackle in football. I don't understand what is happening, but he might be the best tackle in football.
Butch Berry.
None of this makes sense.
No.
But Butch Berry literally could I pay him head coaching money to never leave this football team, because he has been a godsend for Austin Jackson, Connor Williams. Lester Cotton. Yeah. Keon. We had a guy playing tackle yesterday that you forgot about. Keon Smith. You forgot about him.
No, I didn't even know that guy was on the team.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Shout at Big Butch Berry. Okay.
Yeah.
Shout at. God, dude, this team's so much fun. I don't want to think about next year and who we're going to pay and what we need to keep, but there's a lot that we need to keep around because this team's awesome. But my God, let's just go win a Super Bowl and figure it out later. This feels like
this feels like the only chance we're going to get at it.
Okay, that's a little dramatic.
Not the only chance, but everything's a lot. The stars are aligning. This feels right. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. Oh my God, dude, I stop because I can't even think about what this. Not only my life, but what this podcast will be if we win a Super Bowl.
It'll be so bad.
I want special guests on here. This going to be a Super Bowl celebration podcast extravaganza when we win this thing.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Okay, so that was my good, dude. I've been on 9 tangents today. I'm sorry. All right, so that was my good. My bad. Our punter is absolute crusty white dog shit. I'm so tired of him. I keep saying it. He is going to cost us something, or at least put pressure on us that is not necessary. Mm-hmm. So he's a turd. You cannot tell me that there's not another human on the planet that is better than him. But outside of that, hopefully Armstead's injury isn't too bad. I think he's okay. I think he was available, so
It's
that's good.
Yeah, it sounded like he was fine. They just kept him out precautionary. And Rob Hunt just re-aggravated his hamstring injury, so that's the bad. That is a real big bad because we need him healthy. Although, I mean, we're going up against the Titans. It sounds like Jeffrey Simmons is not playing. Or is it Jeffrey Simmons or Jonathan Simmons?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. Okay, that's what I thought. Jonathan Simmons is a safety. Jeffrey Simmons isn't playing next week, so we'll get to the Titan stuff. But I don't really have a lot of bad like either. Like, what do you say that was bad outside of the fact that like some guys got hurt? And that I will say this is a little bit not what I wanted out of a game like this, but we really gave up a lot on the ground. It felt like we gave up like 124 yards on the ground, which is not that's not characteristic of this defense. Now, if you look over the last, I think somebody put out the tweet today, it was in the last 5 weeks, the Dolphins are first in like all of the categories on defense. They're now up to like the 6th overall defense in the league. So, I mean, it's great. I mean, Terry McLaurin did not have one catch yesterday in that game. He had 0 catches for 0 yards. Scary Terry got nothing yesterday. So, like,
throw that shit in reverse, Terry.
Yeah,
that's what that was.
Put a reverse, Terry. Put a reverse. There really is not. I don't have a lot.
The only bad and ugly I have. I mean, maybe we should start adapting this subject to good, great, and perfect when we blow teams out by 40. But like, here's the thing: my bad is our dog shit, crusty white punter, and my ugly is McDaniel's inability to win a challenge. That's it. That's the only 2 bad things I could really say.
I want to put that on the ugly for mine because it feels like anytime we challenge we're not going to get it right.
Yeah,
like, it's just a waste of time. I don't know who's up in the booth saying that stuff to him, but somebody needs to figure it out. That's
get the Uber the guy in the headset to McDaniel.
In the headset, yeah.
Hey, how about McDaniel saying he got hit in the dick the other day on Hard Knocks?
I love it. We'll do a little thing for Hard Knocks before we get into the Titans.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my good, bad, ugly.
Yeah, I mean, really, there's not a lot of the bad stuff, and there's not a lot of ugly either. But stock up, stock down. The stock up is, we mentioned him already. Butch Berry, stock way up on Butch Berry, dude.
Yeah, dude. Hello and welcome to That's So Shit Talk with John Baker, who just had to pause our podcast because he was prairie dogging. He's so excited about Butch Berry and that offensive line.
Oh my god.
Yes. Stock up, Butch Berry. Stock all the way up, man. That he got, so if I remember correctly, when they signed him, when he signed with the Dolphins, he got a lot of criticism, right, from his previous job.
I'm pretty sure that everyone was killing him about what previously happened. I'm looking him up because I do remember that.
Was he in Green Bay?
Oh, Butch Berry. What? He was the Broncos, I think.
Yes, you're right. It was the Broncos.
Players applauded firing him last year.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it says the insider said he's an idiot, got fired mid-season for incompetence. Look who's incompetent now. That head
wow.
Who's now for the Jets.
Yeah. Wow. So yeah, I mean, which instantly sent me to a tizzy. I'm like, okay, our O-line sucks. So let's sign someone who's been fired for sucking. We put a bunch of suck together and hope a diamond comes out. Like, I don't like, but it worked. So guess what? That's why they make decisions. I don't. But anyway, stock all the way up, Butch Berry.
Suck that hot chair, Hackett. Dude, they're so bad.
I hate the Jets so much.
On a side tangent on fuck the Jets talk is that Zach Wilson didn't even want to play now. And they want Zach Wilson to come back in and start. And
that's hilarious.
But reluctant to play. is what
That
we.
is absolutely hilarious. You know what else is funny? Joey Jets, who is at Jets AGNB, all gas, no brakes. First off, let me tell you something, Joey Jets. You guys have all kind of breaks because you've scored. Tyreek Hill has more touchdowns than your entire team. Talk about it. Man, Tyreek Hill almost went to the Jets, but then he didn't. Talk about it, Joey Jets. Anyway, also, I just retweeted something that Joey Jets quote tweeted. I asked him what was up. He bet Big E last year. He said he would bet $1,000 Dolphins have 7 wins.
Yeah, well, did that 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. And I wanted, here's the thing, because people could be like, oh, well, he was talking about how good the Jets were because they thought they have Aaron Rodgers. Nothing in that tweet was about the Jets. He simply said the Dolphins will not win more than 7 games.
Yeah, and that was way before all this Aaron Rodgers talk started.
Yeah, he's an absolute clown, Joey Jets.
Absolute plan.
Anyway, stock up Butch Berry. Stock up Brandon Jones, dude. How about him? How about him filling in for Javon Holland?
Yes.
And man, that boy is special when he blitz. When he
Mhm.
blitzes, that is special. He got a big quarterback hit yesterday. So stock up for him. I was down on him after he filled in for Deshaun Elliott. I don't know if just I don't know enough about what they're doing defensively to say that him filling in for Deshaun Elliott is harder than filling in for Holland. Like, I don't know if that's true. Like, is he more naturally a Holland type player and not a Deshaun Elliott type player? Maybe. Like maybe he had a better game because Deshaun Elliott was truly that free safety guy. Another underrated free agent signing, dude.
Chase
That's
told me,
one thing.
Chase told me at the beginning of free agency, whenever we signed Deshaun Elliott, he said you're really gonna like him.
Yeah, he has been special for he has been such, and I didn't know why. I thought Brandon Jones was going to be it for us, but it seems like we wanted more of that kind of rangy safety behind Holland to allow Holland to be more aggressive on things, and that's kind of what's been working on our defense.
To add to your point, I think that Fangio prefers the veterans too. He's, I mean, that's pretty evident with the fact that he won't play Cam Smith.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure everything that I said a couple weeks ago is absolutely false. I don't know if I got Ballsack Sports or not. I'm pretty sure I did. So, sorry, Cam. I did say before I said that could be reckless speculation, and I'm probably making up bullshit. I'm pretty sure
you did say that. You did preface.
You did preface right before I threw shade.
Yeah. So that's my stock up. If I had to jump to stock down, I mean, really, I don't know who you put on stock down. Our punter sucks. He's going to be on there every week. I don't care if he hits a 70-yard coffin corner to the 1-yard line in the Super Bowl. I still think he sucks. Okay, so he's always going to be stocked out. But other than that, dude, you said it earlier. What a complete game that we played outside of our punter. Everybody else, all other 52 players, including the people on the sidelines that got out of the way properly when sideline tackles were happening, all did their job except for our punter. Everyone else, we were 52 for 53. So you can't have stock down on anyone other than our shithole punter.
Yeah, I will say that that is something that we're going to need, especially if we're in a really tight game and we need to flip the field. It's really felt that like when we're in situations like that, like we cannot get the field flipped, and it is because of really poor punting.
Yeah.
And stock down, I mean, honestly, I feel like stock down Jeff Wilson. Like, I feel bad for the guy. He's just not fitting in.
I don't even know. I mean, yeah, you could probably put him on there. The only thing for me is it really just due to lack of where do you put him?
Is there not enough touches? Like, there's just, I mean, we ran the ball 33 times yesterday, I think.
Yeah, but like, how do you, if you're taking the ball out of Mostert's hands, how do you not give it to A-Chain? You know what I mean? Like,
and you don't want to take it out of both of their hands for Jeff Wilson. So, and I agree, but it just feels like, why do we still got him on the team? I guess because in case of the stuff with like injury concerns, so I get the depth, but I just feel bad for Jeff Wilson because he was like a big part of that team last year during this part of the season.
He still gets a ring. That is
true. There is one thing that we did forget in our Butch Berry talk that got interrupted by myself, but
Poop cake.
the
Alan Poop Tart.
Jesus. One of this was a tweet by Dolphins Weekly, Jason Sarney. Shout out Jason. One of the remarkable stories of the Dolphins season is that they used their 8th different offensive line combination today and did not allow a sack and just 2 QB hits. They've used 10 different offensive linemen this year and 37 QB hits, which is the fewest allowed in the NFL. So everyone wants to get out there and talk about how the Jets have, they've had 97 different O-line combinations. The Dolphins have had just as many, and they still have the best numbers in the league.
Yeah. More of a reason why Butch Berry needs he gets 2 rings. He gets one for each hand when we win the bowl, because it's like outside of Tua and Tyreek in this offense and like our playmakers making plays, if you get into the nitty-gritty dirt band, like the O-line is so crucial. Our defense is so crucial. Like everything is just clicking, and it feels like we're getting hot at the right time. We're trending upwards. We got some meat in the schedule, but man, would it be nice to have the division wrapped up to go in and play for seeding in Christmas Eve and that Bills game. I want that Bills game to be, if we win, we have the number 1 seed. If not, we have the number 2 seed. Like, that's what I want.
Yeah. So basically kind of like, I don't have scenarios right now, but the only thing I do have is that week 14 we will enter week 14 depending on what happens tonight with Jacksonville and Cincinnati. Jacksonville probably wins that game. If Jacksonville loses to Jake Browning, we ain't got to worry. We're going to be sitting atop the AFC alone. But it really feels like that it's depending on kind of what happens here, it could be a 2-dog race between us and Jacksonville. And I don't know what I know the Ravens are going to be there. I do have concerns over the Ravens, but seeing how they looked against the Chargers last week, and now I know that they had a late bye and like they were limping to that bye, but the Ravens without Mark Andrews is a much different team than what it is with Mark Andrews. Now their defense is special, and they play that style of defense that gives us holy hell of a problem. So I'm interested and those Ravens players are going to want to be out to, get revenge on what we did to them last year. So I've already said it here a couple weeks ago. I have that penciled in for a loss, and that's just me protecting myself. So I'm putting that in for an L. Now, what I do think is that the Cowboys, they're peaking, but I think they're going to peak about a week or two too early, and we're going to bring them down, because what the Cowboys do on defense, they like to get up in your face and they like to play man. And
good luck.
We just saw what happens to teams that want to get up in your face and play man yesterday. Now, I don't think they're going to be that stupid and just put single over the top against Tyreek. I don't think they're that stupid, but
I don't understand why. So I rewatched that play. You sent me the clip or the one, I think Acho did a replay of it. So the Dolphins were in empty. It was clear they were in man free. I don't know why, unless we just caught them in the defense. I don't know why they left that linebacker on the field and didn't go too high safety against our empty. If you look at that, the safety was shaded away from Tyreek to the closed side of the field.
Yeah. Well, Tyreek said that Tua saw the play and he hot routed. He changed.
Yeah, you can see him audible. He does audible.
Yeah,
which is fucking awesome, dude. He could never audible.
He was never.
Bryce Lord wouldn't let him.
Yeah, never allowed to do that. Oh now look at
we are so
good. But yeah, that was one thing too. And he had both. He could have thrown it to Achane and it would have ended in the same result, or he could have thrown it to Tyreek. And I'm glad he threw it to Tyreek, because Tyreek, we're still, the weekly update here. We're 519 yards from 2K, and still on pace. That's a little over. That's like 105 yards a game, and he's got it. So we're still on Pizzy here. And so That's some other stuff. Don't know if I got any more stats for that. Other than this is an interesting stat. Andrew Van Ginkel was clocked at 20.76 miles per hour on that interception return yesterday, and he was the 5th fastest ball carrier in the NFL. How insane of a stat is that?
Get him at tight end. Come on. Let the Ginks run those teams get down the middle.
Yes.
That hair is awesome.
Here's a couple more things we got here. Since Jalen Ramsey has been on the field, he's been on the field for 259 plays, and the D's only given up 4.5 yards per play. It's 3.5 yards or 3.8 yards per carry and 4.8 yards per pass, and a 23% first down rate. And they have 8 turnovers and have only given up 8 touchdowns since Jalen Ramsey came back. That's insane.
Dude, he's such
play.
That's not even. I mean,
I get you past Trina Turd.
That's Trina Turd. Yeah, yeah, that's wild. Jalen Ramsey's. I mean, everything's just clicking, man. I mean, I'm just sitting here looking at our schedule. Correct me if I'm wrong. If we win the next 2, and the Bills drop one of the next 2, do we not win the division?
Bills have to go 4-1 to yes, we would. Yeah, we are. So you're correct. To win the division, we have to, if the Bills lose one more game and if we go into that Cowboys game 11-3 and the Bills lose to so they had to lose to the Eagles, and if they lose to the Chiefs next week, they can't win the division. We pretty much got the division wrapped. So the only other thing is that they need to go 4-1 to get into the playoffs. Can they do that? I mean, so they got to go 4-1 the rest of the games that they have for the rest of the season. So if they're going to lose the one, it has to be to the Chiefs. And then, if they lose to us at the end of the season, they're out. Or if they lose before that, they're out. They got to go after they play the Chiefs. They got to go to San Diego. And I think they got to play at home against they got to play not San Diego. They got to play the Chargers, and then they got to play the Patriots, and then us. I think that's all it's left.
Dude, if we have the division wrapped up, I mean,
I think we can have the division wrapped at Christmas.
I think so too. And what a freaking Christmas gift to guarantee a playoff and then have. I mean, I think it's going to come down to that Ravens game is really going to be for the #1 seed, in my opinion. Because if you look at the Ravens schedule, let me see what they have left.
Ravens, they got some. I think they got some stuff left.
Oh yeah, they got. Buddy, they got. Next week they have the Rams, or whatever. But then they play the Jags.
Rams are no slouch.
Yeah, no, I agree. But just in terms of they play the Jags, so that's a win-win for us either way in terms of seeding.
That is a win-win for us.
Then they play the 49ers.
That's at 49ers. That's Christmas Day.
Christmas Day in
game. That's got a big imps.
The 49ers will have that logo with the Santa hat on top of the. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't.
Oh, dude, they had it. Hold on. No, just wait. Anyway, then they play us, and then they finish with the Steelers. So the Ravens don't have a cakewalk left. Hold on.
Yeah,
49ers.
Yeah, the Ravens, they had their bye this week. They got to play at home against the Rams. Now the Rams, they're not a slouch team. They still got dudes. Now I don't know if Puka Nuka, I don't know if he's playing. I think he got hurt. I'm not sure about that, but I mean, there's still no slouch. That Jags game is a win. Whoever loses, it don't matter. That's a win for us. And then they got to go to San Francisco. That's a hard game, man. When the Niners are 100% healthy, they are without a shadow of a doubt, they are the best team in the league.
Oh yeah, 100%. I agree.
Man,
I 100% agree.
Don't have a good schedule. Well, I'll pull up the Bill schedule while you're looking for that too, because I know we went over this last week, but I'm sure it'll help. Because that Bills game is the 4:25 game on CBS. Bill's schedule is they got the Cowboys, so they go to Kansas City this week. Then they play at home against Cowboys. go to Chargers, play at home against the Patriots, then they go to Miami for the regular season. So their schedule ain't they can't lose 2 games out of the next 3 are the Chiefs, Cowboys, and Chargers. Now, I don't think that the Chargers are that great, but they can't lose another one of their if they could potentially drop 2 games, and then we're going into that Cowboys game with division wrapped up.
Yeah, then they need to lose 1, right? So if they lose to the Chiefs and we win out, or we win the next 2,
Yeah.
the division's locked up.
Yep.
Sorry.
Everything's lining up. So we got the Titans on Monday night. I am anticipating that we will go all aqua. I doubt that we go retros. I wish we would go retros, but it will probably go all aqua. Don't know how I feel about that.
I feel like we never play well in all aqua.
Yeah, last year, yeah. I don't even remember what we did last year in all aqua, but it doesn't. But it doesn't matter. We're going against Titans. Looks like that. Derrick Henry was in concussion protocol, but Vrabel said today that he's not and he's playing. So, okay. He was knocked out of the game yesterday, so I guess he magically passed today. As I mentioned, Jeffrey Simmons isn't playing, so this feels like a win. I mean, I don't even know what to say. We're winning, and if we lose, I ain't even saying it because we ain't losing. We play so well at home. Like this team is like some insane stat. Like I can't even remember what it said, what their home record is with Tua in the last like 20 games.
Only like 19-2 in the last 21 or something like that.
It's like 19-2, which is insanity. So, but yeah, I'm excited. It should be a win. We ain't got to talk much about that. We got Hard Knocks tomorrow night. What'd you think about last week's episode?
Oh, dude, it's so good. Like, I love one thing I have noticed. Jalen Ramsey seems to only just be standing on business. He is not messing around, dude. Like I don't know what it is. It just seems like I don't know if it's the way they're filming him, but he is just about it and only it. And if it ain't that, then whatever. Good to see our D line is all super close. Bradley Chubb is like a freaking absolute leader, which I did not expect.
Love that.
Yeah, dude, he's such a good leader. It blows my mind. It's awesome. I'm pretty sure all the players think McDaniel was an absolute asshat clown, which is him, which is hilarious.
In a good way, it feels like.
Yeah, no, definitely. But like during team meetings, and you can tell McDaniel just trying to be serious, and Tyreek is just laughing his ass off.
Yeah, that is so true.
So that was, I mean, I don't think it's been much of a distraction. And no one
doesn't feel like it yet. I'm really I don't know what I'm kind of looking for out of it, but I kind of want to see more. I feel like I want to see more Tua. I feel like I want to see more Waddle too. But
I definitely would like to see more Waddle.
Yeah, I want to see more Ramsey too, but I don't know if we will or not. But that episode was hard to watch last week, especially like they followed Phillips around the entire week. Like that sucked.
Yeah,
but
he's balling on the field, dude. That sucked.
That was brutal, dude. But yeah, that was I'm super excited. I love Hard Knocks. So we got the new episode coming up tomorrow night. Episode 3.
Tua is on Manningcast tonight.
Yes, that is the last thing I wanted to mention. Tua is on Manningcast tonight. So if you're listening to this, it already happened. Sorry. But
you're not gonna get it up. You're not gonna get it up for the game.
I might get. I'll probably get up for the game, but if people are listening to it, they might not hear the end of the show by the time he is on.
True.
But yeah, I mean, there's another dub, 9-3, on to Tennessee.
Let's go, baby. Fins up.